Welcome, everyone, to For the Love of Pro Wrestling. I have rebranded my podcast. Now we are we're For the Love of Pro Wrestling instead of For the Love of Wrestling. We discuss things about AEW and WWE. So we'll talk about Raw, SmackDown, Rampage, and Dynamite. Um, we can talk about whatever you want. So let's light up the chat. Because if you guys are in the chat and you put up a message, all your messages will be read live as long as they're not inappropriate comments. I don't do homophobic stuff. You guys put it out there, it will not be read live on the air. Let's have a good time tonight, and I'm looking forward to this. I really am. I'm super excited about this show. My first time going live in quite a while. Yep, I need to kind of get back into the swing of things. And just to let you know, it's quite warm in the room that I'm in. It's my little podcast booth. Yeah, so occasionally you might see me wipe my face. I just don't like running sweat. Let's talk pro wrestling. What did you guys think about the shows this week? What do you think about Triple H taking over WWE Creative, at least for Raw and SmackDown? I do not watch NXT right at the time. I just until they start getting where I hear people talk about it being better and where it's more interesting, I'm just gonna not review or even talk about NXT. So we can talk. Let's talk about Raw. I mean, this week's Raw was pretty amazing. We started the first full week of the Triple H era, where Vince McMahon has stepped down from his post. He's no longer he's retired according to what they said publicly. But what I have heard on other podcasts and through various news sources is he resigned. He did not retire. If you guys want to comment in on that, feel free to. I myself, I think it's a good thing. I mean, it's long overdue for Vince McMahon to remove himself from creative. I mean, at 77 years old, the last, 10, 15, 16 years have been pretty much creatively bankrupt. They do not or had not been producing what I would consider to be good shows, not something that I would go out of my way to watch. And in fact, honestly, up until about the last week and a half, I haven't watched any of it. Not I mean, just glancing views as I go past the channel. I don't stop and watch the shows. Beginning the last Friday, not yesterday, 2 days ago, but a week ago, on Friday, I watched my first SmackDown and actually tried to notice some changes. And right away, there was some subtle changes I did notice. You know, things like Michael Cole being a little more relaxed, more jovial, having a better time, and looking happy. You know, I mean, he was sitting outside Corey Graves. Corey, even, he is a fantastic, they're both great commentators. I'm not used to seeing them together, but hey, that's what we'll get used to. Um, when I don't know very much about what to talk about for the scandal stuff going on, I really don't want to dive into that. If you guys want to talk about it, we can bring up the questions. I will decide if I'm going to answer them or not, depending on what gets said. But yeah, I'm kind of, for the first time in many years, excited about seeing a WWE product. Um, Fast forward to this last Monday on Raw, I enjoyed that. It flowed very nice. A lot less of the normal bullshit stuff they do. Um, Still wasn't perfect, not by any means. None of the wrestling we watch or ever have watched has been quote unquote perfect. But what we're getting now is at least a little bit better product that I'm willing to dedicate some time to and watch. I will review the shows periodically, hopefully every week. That's my goal. My goal is to do Saturday podcasts, not Sunday. This week I had no choice. I had a lot going on yesterday. There was no physical way I could make a podcast happen. It just could not happen. That's my apologies, but here I am on a Sunday evening. At least it's Sunday where I'm at, and I'm willing to talk wrestling. So let's go with this, and let's see where it goes. I mean, I really, really would love to have a few people starting to make comments in, and I'm seeing I've got a couple of viewers coming online. That's great to see. It's absolutely phenomenal to see that I got a few lives. Thank you all for showing up. I would really appreciate you giving me a thumbs up on the channel. I'm just really getting going on this. Think I found my groove. I mean, I'm not afraid to do this. I'm not scared. I am not. I'm not going to. This has been a goal. Like a mission statement for me to make this happen. So I love pro wrestling. I mean, hence the name of my channel. Let's talk. Let's bring this up. Let's see what we can do. Dynamite was good this week. SmackDown was good. And Rampage. We had a really, really fantastic, fun week of professional wrestling. Been a long time since I felt that way. Oh boy, has it been a long time. We have pro wrestling back, folks. This is good. I'm looking forward to many, many years of doing this. So if we get good wrestling on TV on a weekly basis, I mean, we've got, what have we got? We got 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of Dynamite, 2 hours of SmackDown. Right now, 1 hour of Rampage. I have opted to not go through the dark elevation for AEW. That's just way too much content for me right now. But I will be watching the shows and I will review them. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. This is what I feel about the shows. They have greatly improved. The viewership going up for Raw this week to a 2.23, I think it is pretty surprising. Do I think it'll stay? No. I think they'll hold it pretty close to the 2 million mark for Monday for a while. But, depending on how fast changes come in the show and how fast Triple H really does push things to make it better and to give us fun matches, new matches, fresh matches with a little bit of the less sports entertainment feel and a little bit more of the pro wrestling vibe. I think that was what we all waited for, and we're getting it. So let's go with this, and let's see how it goes from here on out. I am pumped. I'm very excited to see this going on. Where do we go? Where do you think we're going to go from here? Are we going to do good for a couple of months and then fall back into the pits where we were? Do you think we're going to be able to keep getting a little bit better? Because, think about this way. The better WWE does and the better their shows are, if you get good wrestling matches and the right interviews and the right, the backstage stuff, and you go outside and do the parking lot brawls, we're starting to see that in AEW. WWE used to do that for many years. I miss that stuff. I kind of hope they bring it back and they start doing more of it. It doesn't have to be every week. But it's nice to see them when you see somebody pulling in and they get out of their vehicle. It's nice that they get a little interview in there, a little talk time. It kind of helps gain the attention of the fans out there. Me being a fan for the last almost 50 years. So, I mean, over the last 5 decades plus, I have been watching pro wrestling. I started back in about, what would it have been? Somewhere about 1977, 78. So I've got a lot of wrestling behind my history. Watched a lot of AEW back in the day, or not AEW. Wow, AWA. AEW is 3 years old, starting their 4th year. I watched them since their inception. I've been watching WWE since I watched WCW, a battle between the Monday Night Wars, and I pretty much stuck with WCW. The Hogans, the Flairs, all the big names. I mean, Sting, for God's sake, he's been like an idol to me since I was, in my early 20s. So I've been watching that man grow since he was a young wrestler coming as her first thing. Hell, I seen him in his first match ever in WCW in 1992. So, there's a lot of history back there. I'm just going to slip my headphones on, make sure my sound's coming through clear for you just for a second. And I think this is sounding pretty good, actually. So let's keep going with the stream. And yeah, I'm good with that. Like I said, we are for the love of pro wrestling. I'm here to help pro wrestling a little bit if I can. The more subs I get and the more views I get, in time. I mean, we're a super chat through free feed right now because obviously I don't have enough subscribers. I don't have a big enough stream yet. Help me grow. Help me get bigger. Do you guys want me to continue going live or should I do uploads? I kind of like doing the lives. These are fun. I mean, I can sit here, I can talk to you folks and get you guys to chat. I'll chat with you. But I'm going to go look at my notes here a little bit. And I'm going to kind of give you a brief rundown and my thoughts on Dynamite this week. Dynamite was Wednesday on TBS, August 3rd, 2022. I really love the show. I really, actually, I'll start with Dynamite because that's where my notes start at. We will get back into Raw. I'll do a little bit with Raw. I'll do a little bit with SmackDown, a little bit with Dynamite. My final thing I end up with, I'm hoping will be Rampage. I do not want to go real super long on this, but I will go hopefully an hour, hour and a half, maybe a little more. And we're going to try and make this the best we can. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of a live review. Well, not live, but live to me review. And go over a little bit of Dynamite and see what we think. If you guys feel like, like I said, any questions or comments, I'll read them out loud. Just keep them sane, keep them to something that's non-violating to YouTube rules. I don't talk things that are inappropriate. I just won't. So, but here is my thoughts and my match card. I did write the match card down. This is my thoughts on AEW Dynamite for August 3rd, 2022. We opened up the match. The first match on the card this week was Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. Fun fucking match. Loved it. It was fantastically fun. I love Orange Cassidy. I think he's got a place in pro wrestling. I mean, y'all can let me know your opinions on it, but I think he's got a place in pro wrestling. I really do. Jay Lethal, one of the greatest ever grace a ring. You cannot have a bad match with two people that know how to work a match. You just can't. And these two men know how to go in a ring and have a good time and actually show you what pro wrestling is supposed to be. Even if Orange Cassidy has a little bit of a gimmick where he's kind of like, soft kicking. If you can get around that, have a little sense of humor, not be afraid to laugh and smile at what you see going on and still enjoy a match. That was 12, 17, 16 minutes, something like that of fun. I mean, my God, there was a lot of action. It was fast paced. It was good wrestling. Show Orange Cassidy continues to grow and show his ability. He is fantastic in the ring. I do not have note by note, so this is just kind of off my memory. So, I thought it was a very, very competitive match. Chuck E.T., Chuck and Trent, they come out. This is maybe 6 minutes into the match, something like that. They come walking out the tunnel. Chuck E.T. was carrying Trent on his shoulders, and they were wearing this big long trench coat to make him look really tall. This Satnam Singh was out on the stage, and they wanted to come out there and be taller than Satnam Singh. Kind of a goofy spot. That's something I think could have been left out of the match, but in opinions, it was funny. It has a place in pro wrestling, so let's let it be. It's okay that way. That really didn't cause any interference with the match. So we'll just go beyond that point, and I'll tell you that, yes, the very right person won this match. It should not have been Orange Cassidy. Jay Lethal won. But after, I'm going to say 10 to 12 minutes of very fun pro wrestling, Orange Cassidy was the loser. He did not look bad in defeat. He put up a damn good fight against Jay Lethal. Just Jay is that much better, and he ended the match with his glorified finishing move, and I love that move, the lethal injection. You know when he hits that, that's just, you're not kicking out of that. That's a good killer move. Love it. Hope that keeps up forever protected. Minutes later into that match, there was a match made for Saturday between Wardlow and Jay Lethal. At the end of the match, they're walking out, and then Lethal has a mic in his hand, and he's challenging Wardlow, and they kind of do where Wardlow's in the ring, and Lethal's doing a promo on Wardlow. And they get a match set up for Saturday's Battle of the Belts. That I cannot review. I was not available to watch it, and like an idiot, I forgot to record. So I'm trying to find it on YouTube. I'll watch it, and maybe we'll catch that on next week's review. Because I'm trying to do reviews from from Saturday through Friday. We have pay-per-views. I might go live after the pay-per-view if I have time. We'll see how that works. But to continue on, yeah, the match between Wardlow and Lethal, that ought to be a fantastic match. I'm looking forward to that. I think that should be fun. Both men are good in the ring. They're damn good pro wrestlers. Wardlow is very much newer to the game than Lethal, but Wardlow's a credible opponent. So I think that ought to be fun. I don't know who won it. Like I said, I haven't seen the match, but my personal opinion don't much matter. But in my personal opinion, Lethal's probably going to take the loss on this. Wardlow's got to look good. I could see maybe it being kind of maybe a fuck finish, where something like Satnam singing gets involved and maybe gets Lethal disqualified or something, and then Wardlow gets to keep his TNT title. He wins by DQ. He don't look weak. He doesn't have to take a loss. Lethal don't have to take a pinfall loss, and it can be by interference. So that being done, okay, maybe we'll get that replayed in the future sometime. I'd be fine with that. I think that will be good. I don't, like I said, when I see it, maybe I can give you an honest review on it next weekend. Right after that match, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and the Bucks come out to the stage area, and they get into the ring. They're doing their typical coming down the ring as a group, looking like they're getting along just fine. Here's where we had a turn on the twist in the show that we've been all waiting for to happen. I mean, I'm sure you guys have waited for this. I know I have. I've been seeing it for several months now, ever since Omega left, and you've seen the thing between Adam Cole and Kenny Omega forming back in November after the pay-per-view in November. You could start seeing things falling apart where Adam Cole was saying he can be the leader, he's got this, and you seen the look on Omega's face. That didn't go over good with the big man. But he's not back yet, and I'm hoping he comes back. I mean, I'd like to see him back for All Out. We'll see how that goes. But Adam Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly, and the Bucks, they come out, and Adam Cole comes out with his who wants to see here? Who wants story time with Adam Cole, baby? We all love Adam Cole. We think he's a great competitive wrestler. He's really good. He's well bigger than his size is. So let's see how this goes. I mean, I think Adam Cole's great. I think he'll become something, and he deserves the place he's in. But what turns up happening is Adam Cole and O'Reilly and Fish. Well, O'Reilly and Fish take out the Bucks, and they do a beatdown on the Bucks. And, just like this time we've been expecting for quite a while now. So they do their beatdown, and before the Bucks get completely beat down totally, you hear Hangman Adam Page's music hit. Hangman comes barreling down the ring. I mean, that man was running. He barreled ass down to the ring, got in, did a save, chased off all the foes. And there's Adam Page offering, I believe it was Matt. I'm thinking if I'm wrong, correct me in the chat or come back with the comments and let me know. But I think that was Matt Jackson. He put his hand out to him and, helped him up. seem like they're going to be another trio. They're back as friends again. I look forward to seeing that because I think they'll make a fantastic trio. And now with AEW having the trios belts shown, we've seen them at the pay-per-view. We have seen them on TV. We're gonna see the first champions, trios champions crowned. I believe it's at All Out. So I think the tournament starts in a couple of weeks. I'm looking really forward to that, finalizing out at All Out. And AEW loves their tournaments, so that's what we're gonna get. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit now. I'm gonna go to a Mox promo. Yeah, Moxley, John Moxley. I love that guy, man. He's one of them guys that's just, he gets it. He knows what pro wrestling is. He's not afraid to say what he feels, and he feels what he means what he says. You can tell there's a lot of sincerity in his voice. You can tell that he is just real. He's genuine. He's going to be doing exactly what he says he's going to do. I love that about him. He's a fantastic person in the ring. He's one of my favorites. AEW is carrying a lot of my favorite wrestlers right now. Not to say that the other company don't have a bunch of them too. Reigns, and now we'll talk about them here in a little while. Okay, so bear with me. We'll finish up our Dynamite review, and then we'll go. Like I said, y'all, there's free chats. You put your questions up in the chats, and I will read them out live. Let's see if we can share this out there a little bit. See if we can get a few more people watching. I'd appreciate it. Moxley cuts this fire promo. I just cut back into the conversation, didn't I? Moxley cuts this fire promo. He doesn't care who wins or who loses between Jericho and Yuta. We know that match is coming up tonight. Either one, it doesn't matter. Whoever he gets into the ring with, once the bell rings, we're not friends. We're not friends. We're at war. And he's gonna. How did he say it? I wrote down his quote pretty close. So he said he was gonna paint the canvas with their blood and litter the canvas with their teeth. I believe him. He is a very believable person. So yes, I do think he will paint the canvas with their blood and litter the canvas with their teeth. That's what it's about. So great promo from Moxley. Again, any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. I'm looking forward to them. You folks, please forgive me. I smoke on camera. I'm a smoker, and I'm a little nervous, but I'm not bad. I'm comfortable enough to do this. So let's just rock out. So just pardon me for a second while I strike up, and I will be right on the screen talking to you again. So, yeah, after we had the Mox promo, I tell you that was awesome. Tony Schiavone, they go to a backstage kind of like parking lot intro, like the parking ramp or something, where he's interviewing Christian Cage. As they're standing there doing the interview and Christian is doing his spiel, here comes an SUV barreling into the arena through the driveway or via the door coming into the parking ramp. And it comes squealing to a stop. They barely got, Schiavone and Cage got out of the way. Out from the driver's door comes Jungle Boy. It's a Jungle Boy. Well, about time he's back. He's a great wrestler. He's fun. Really over with the fan base. Wow, super over with the fan base. So yeah, it's great to see him back. He cuts this, ballistic promo on Christian, and you see security escorting him off the premises. So apparently he is supposed to be banned from the arena, or at least, he can't be around Christian. Let's just say it that way. And then we cut to the ring after a commercial break. We cut to a very match that I was really looking forward to. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Thunderstorm. That's Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. That was fun. Probably the best AEW women's match, I'd say, to date, without any question in my mind. Those women went out there and they blew it out of the park. They hit more than a home run with that. They killed it for 16 minutes or so, and it was fun. I enjoyed every moment of the match. Great, my God, Britt Baker doing her shit. She's so good. She is so good. And you got Jamie Hayter getting to shine in the match. Thunder Rosa shined. Tony Storm, my God, how would you like to be one in the corner? Imagine her giving you that. That where she what the hell does she call it? The ass face. Yeah. If one of you can think what it is, please put it in the comments or the chat so I can remember it. But wow, that looks like it's devastating. But I'll bet you there's a lot of guys out there that accept that willingly. I know a few that said they'll take the place. They'll do it. They'll let her practice. I'm not so sure her husband would really appreciate that. But anyway, it works. Great match. Really a lot of fun. A lot of reversals. A lot of near falls. Very fun. Very high octane match. My God, they have them women put it in. Love them. Wish they'd keep doing matches like that. I hope they give their women's division a lot more time. Let them have more than 2 to 6 minute matches. Let them have matches like this. If they're in the future, I'm hoping not very soon. Hopefully a year or two down the road. But man, it starts to looking like they're building up a tag team division. No, I'm not thinking AEW is really ready to have a tag team division in the women's division. They don't have enough credible tag teams yet, but let's give them some time to build it up. I think they'll make it. But I don't want to make this a 6-hour freaking podcast, so I'm going to kind of just go past this. Like I said, fantastic match. I have nothing to complain about. Wasn't perfect, minor little glitches. I'm going to give this like a 95% match. It was great. Loved it. I have went back. I've watched that 3 times. I enjoy it every time. After the women's tag match, there was a promo by Eddie Kingston. Just saying that he's got the match signed. He got the paperwork from Tony Khan that he signed his part of the paperwork, and he don't give a shit about what Sammy Guevara and Tay are doing on their wedding. Get back here, and when you get back here, please sign the contract so we can have our match. I want to have this match with you. And that sounds like that's going to be happening at All Out. I'm really pumped about that. I can't wait to see that match happen. I think it's going to be tons of fun. I really do. Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston. Go thunk. I would never have thought that I'd want to see that match, 6 months or a year ago. Now, gee damn right, I'm looking forward to that. Looks like fun. There was a recap of Starks and Hobbs from last week where Hobbs turned on Starks. It looked like a brutal shot he took to the back of the neck. Beat down was pretty phenomenal. Team Taz is done. Taz said right on commentary, this is the end of Team Taz. Team Taz is no more. I do see him potentially, and I say potentially because I don't guarantee this. This is what I think. I think he's going to end up teaming up maybe with Powerhouse Hobbs and just being his manager. That's more of a realistic thing for Taz right now. He doesn't need to have a team. Hook is out on his own. Starks is leaving the team. Hobbs is fucking great. He's huge. My God, look at the man. He's nothing but muscles, and he's getting better every time he gets in the ring. So loving him, loving what he's doing. I hope he keeps it up. You guys let me know. Am I sounding okay? Am I loud enough? I really want to have this come across nice, loud, and clear. So you let me know if I start fading, will you? All right, thank you. Now we're going to go on to the match. I was not actually really looking forward to this match. This next match coming up is Christian Cage versus Matt Hardy. I really did not give this enough credit. It was good. I went into it thinking, what a bullshit match. Matt Hardy wrestling again. I don't want to see him in the ring with Christian. They were 2 minutes into it. I changed my mind. I got Drew into the match, and I loved it. This was good, old school pro wrestling. I would love to see more of that. How about you folks? Would you too? I know I'd love to see more. So this is great. It wasn't super long. It was about 8 minutes, and they did everything they could in their time allotted. It was fine. Um, Christian defeats Matt Hardy. Oh! I gotta go back. I missed something. Hobbs had a squash match. Wow, on Rex Jones. I believe that was his name, Rex Jones. Yep, that was like a minute and a half, and just killed this poor man. That spine buster looked fucking incredible. Love it. Let him keep doing that kind of stuff. Um, Christian defeats Matt Hardy, and you got Daniel Garcia being interviewed by the one and only. Oh, damn! I forgot her name. What was her name? I don't remember. Um, yeah, I do not. I'm drawing a blank. This is terrible. I apologize. I have totally forgot our backstage interviewer's name, but yeah, it was great. You know, he cut a little promo. It was only like 40 seconds. Great. It's over and done with. Then you have Ethan Page comes out to the ring giving a hell of a promo. I mean, he came out there and he is cutting. I would call it a borderline babyface promo. Um, he's out there for like 30 seconds or a minute and not paying attention to the ramp, but all of a sudden Stokely Hathaway come walking down to the ring. He gets in the ring, Ethan's in the ring, just cutting this killer promo. How he's underutilized, he don't get the title shots he deserves, and he's right. But I do think this is something that's getting to be a little overdone in AEW, where they've done it before recently. Now it's just a month or two later, and we're doing it again. But in Ethan's case, this is perfect. This is a good way to get him in. Stokely, he turns around after a few minutes. He sees Stokely standing in the ring. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Stokely reaches into his pocket and offers him his card. Page is sitting there. Ethan Page is sitting there, and he's just like, what? You get the hell out of the ring. I don't want you. Yeah. Stokely grabs him by the neck, whispers something in his ear, and he accepts the business card. And Hathaway gets out of the ring, starts to walk a few steps from the ring, stops. Ethan Page crawls out of the ring, gets walking up the ramp side by side with Stokely Hathaway. So I think that's yet another person going to be on Stokely's page, on his group or his faction. This is getting interesting. I mean, you've got Stokely has Jade Cargill with the baddies. Kiera Hogan's awesome. Yeah, and Jade, she's phenomenal. So yeah, we'll just see where this goes. He's building himself up a hell of a list of quality names, reputable names. Let's hope it keeps going on, and then let's see where it goes. Jade comes out, cuts the promo. Excuse me, I have so just messed up. I just jumped 20 minutes ahead in the show. The factory comes face to face with Ricky Starks. He's in the ring cutting up. Wow, I just cut a whole bunch of shit. I am so sorry. I have got to back up a little ways. There was a Matt interview with Tony Schiavone interviewing Matt Menard, Parker, and Anna J. And yeah, you know how them things go. I'm not going to describe it. It's a JAS, promo. That's all it is. Next we have the dumpster match coming up. Another match. I'm really looking forward to every match on this card tonight. Dumpster match going between the Acclaimed and the Ass Boys. The referee is Aubrey Edwards. Hats off to Aubrey. She's one of the greatest in the business. Love her. Way too much happened to go step by step and try to review a match like that. A lot of action. The Ass Boys get the gun, the jump. Excuse me. They get the jump right away on the gun or the Acclaimed. That sneeze just threw me totally off. They at one point within the first 3 minutes, and the match had just barely started. They're only in like 3 minutes into the match. At one point, they had both of the Acclaimed in a dumpster getting ready to close the lids on them. The Acclaimed blocked the lids from going on. They reach up, they push the lids open, and they start attacking. I think it wasn't Bones. Max Caster had a cookie sheet in his hand. He cracked one of the ass boys with it. The other ass boy comes up on the outside and he gets cracked with the cookie sheet, getting knocked away. Gets him out of the dumpster, and they started rattling around the ring, doing all kinds of shit outside the ring, having just a hell of a match. This is a humongous throwback to Billy Gunn's match back. I believe it was in, I think it was in WCW in 1997 ish. I could be a little wrong about that. Again, leave comment in the comment section and correct me on my error. I'm not 100%. I'm Billy Gunn. My God. Yeah, he was great back in the day. He still looks really good for a man of his age. Wished I had the same build as him, and I'm just a few years away from his age. Obviously, I don't. But yep, this match went, I'm going to say 15 minutes. It was very entertaining, very fun. You don't see a lot of dumpster match. In fact, this is the first AEW dumpster match. And I really hope they don't kill that gimmick and wear it out, because that could be something special once in a while, every 4 or 5 years, to have a dumpster match. So let's see where they go. Right winners came out at the end. The Acclaim put the ass boys in the dumpster. And then after the lids got slammed shut and they got announced as the winners, they got zip tied the lid shut. And paying yet another tribute to Papa Ass, they lined up the dumpster with the stage, and they pointed it off to say that they were going to push the dumpster off. They lined it up, and they pushed that dumpster off with the ass boys inside it, flipping the dumpster upside down. Man, that was a great spot. Fun to watch. There was plenty of cushion in there for the boys. I'm sure they're just fine. Nobody's heard anything of accident, of injuries or something. So let's hope everybody came out of that just fine. And it was a fun match. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was 15, 20 minutes of my life. I enjoyed the hell out of it. So we're going to move on. Now we're coming up to the main event of Dynamite, which is Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho. Again, ref is Aubrey Edwards. Aubrey was busy tonight, or on Wednesday night. Very fun match. Very, very fun match. Wheeler Yuta, that boy has grown so much in the last 12 months. From someone I couldn't take as a credible threat for a fucking wet paper sack to someone I look up to and think, man, you're going to be huge in this company. He's got a bright future at him with his ties with the Blackpool Combat Club, the matches that he's had against Moxley and Bryan and now Jericho. Fun. Great. Watching the talent grow. AEW is known for doing that, letting us watch talent grow from their infancy and letting them grow up into their maturing into their ring perfection. I love it. Yeah, I love it. He's growing. The winner of the match was Chris Jericho. Lots and lots and lots of action. And for once, there was a little bloodshed in the matches, in the night tonight, but it wasn't much. So we let it go for what it is, just a little scoff. So we let it go for what it is. I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the entire show. It is literally one of the fastest 2 hours you can watch. So if you don't watch Rampage and Dynamite, people need to go out of your way once. Just give it a chance and go out of your way and just check it out. See what you think. Give it a week or two, and what else you got to do on a Wednesday night? What are you doing? Are you watching NCIS? A marathon on TV? Watching the Learning Channel, the History Channel? Give Dynamite a chance. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that in a 2 hour show, you can get about an hour and 5 minutes or a little more of actual pro wrestling. And some really good backstage promos. And it's just fun. I think you'll enjoy it. Give it a shot. That's all I'm going to talk about Dynamite. That is what I'm going to do for that show for the night. For immediately following Dynamite, I kind of got my notes written down half backwards. So I'm going to jump into Rampage real quick. We're going to go over that and just kind of take it for what it is. Rampage is a 1 hour show on TNT Friday nights at 9 o'clock Central Time. Not the greatest time slot. It's at that time where, people are actually, it's Friday night. They're wanting to go out and have fun. They don't have high viewers, but you know what? They're still number one, or at least near number one on their time slot almost every week. So again, it's 1 hour TV. And I think if you actually give it a chance and you watch the show, you'll enjoy what you're seeing. If you love pro wrestling, please watch Rampage. Okay. That's my pitch for Rampage. And obviously I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not on anybody's payroll. I'm not getting a check for doing this. This is just one wrestling fan to another. Give them a chance. AEW puts out a very good product. If you ever get the chance to go to one of their pay-per-views, I'm telling you, you won't regret it. It's action-packed. It's fun. It's a very enjoyable 3 to 4 hours of pro wrestling at its finest, in its pure form. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to give you on the spiel. So, yeah, please give them a chance. Anyways, Rampage started off. Yep. John Moxley goes up against Mance Warner. I'd known nothing about Mance Warner other than seeing him on one match. I don't remember if I seen that was on Dark, I think, on one of the Dark shows, Elevation or whatever. But Mance Warner is known as a Southern psychopath. He's a decent competitor in the ring. He won a battle royal type thing on Ric Flair's last match show on Sunday, which gave him this opportunity to face Moxley in this championship contenders match. Now, I'm going to take a couple of seconds here and give you my personal thoughts on a championship contenders match. Never in any wrestling promotion, how big or small, on an independent, a bingo hall in the back of a bar, should a champion be losing a match to a challenger in order to make them a number one contender. And especially in these companies like AEW and WWE, where they have a very full roster. AEW's roster is super bloated. They optimize it and they use their talent well. Really, think about it. There's some that aren't happy with them. There's got to be some out there that feel underutilized, underappreciated. There's been a lot of WWE talent over the last year and a half that's come into AEW and kind of taken over the show. It was needed. I'm not complaining, but I can also see the fans out there that do complain, and I understand, and I feel so for them because I understand their feelings. So, yeah. But not to go off on a rant or a tangent, but just saying, Tony, let's kind of work on getting your guys, your pillars of the company. Let's get them to work on TV. Rampage and Dynamite are great. But if you can find a way to get MJF back and you can get the next generation of pillars of the company, because, who are your first four pillars of the company? That was MJF, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, and I'm missing one. Who am I missing, folks? Somebody tell me. I can't remember. Well, that's three of them. We need the next set of four pillars. We really do. My personal opinion, Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta. Love them too. I think they got a bright future in the company. They also, if they left here and they went to the E, I think they'd have a chance now that, Vinnie Mac's no longer apart. Let's see. Wheeler Yuta, Garcia. And you know what? I'm going to throw a 2.0 in there. Jeff Parker or Angela. Wow. Matt Menard and Jeff Parker. I think they would be the 4 pillars of the company. Or they can be. Let's push them and build them up. Let's get some of your other talent built up so they can become what the others have become. They can become our next Jungle Boy. I'm not saying anyone will ever be a better heel than MJF. I highly doubt it. But let's see if we can build them up to be the pillars of the company. I think that's a big step going the right direction. I would appreciate y'all's comments and chat, but come somebody shoot me a chat. Anybody shoot me a chat. I have been on for nearing an hour, and yep, I'm okay. I don't care if I don't get chats. I will sit and talk. So at least this will get published and it'll get live. I'm doing it live and it'll get published to YouTube. And when it gets out there, at least I hopefully get a few dozen views. It'd be nice. Again, please like and subscribe if you would. I would appreciate it. If I can get enough subscribers and likes, eventually I'm gonna get better. I'm always going to get better. Every week it's going to get a little bit better. We will be weekly, either Friday or Saturdays. I'm trying for Saturdays. Either Friday or Saturdays every weekend, talking about Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Rampage. Not in any specific order. Okay? So the quick rundown of Rampage, it's a 1-hour show. So I can do this in 5-10 minutes. Okay? I'm not going to just go through the matches and say, hey, step by step. You know AEW as well as I do. If you watch it, it's fast paced, it's action, it's intense. So, yeah, it was fun. Mox opens up against Mance Warner. About 7 minutes into the match, Mox gets Warner into a figure 4 after softening up his knee. And Warner's fighting, trying to get out of it. He sits up, he rakes Mox across the eyes, which makes Mox release the hold, getting him to get set free. A little while later, he throws Mox into or outside the ring, battling around. Throws Mox into the steps. He goes head first and shoulder first into the ring steps. That looked like it fucking sucked. Just no better way of saying it. That sucked. Sorry to say it, but all in all, the right person won. Mox pins Warner in about 12 minutes. Fun match. Very fun match. Very good. I would say go watch it. Go out of your way and watch it. Watch the whole show. I think you'll enjoy this. There was a quick promo, but a little, I guess Ricky Starks was going to get interviewed. And the factory comes in. And they start like they're going to bully Starks. And QT's like, hey, no. No, they try to recruit. He goes, I made you an offer a week ago. You still haven't gave me an answer. No, I'm giving you one more chance at an offer. Do you join us? And Starks looked right at him, and you could just see it in his eyes. He was going to say it. Kiss my ass, and he walked out. Love that. Starks is going to be gold. He's a baby face. He shouldn't be fucking around with the heels. Good for you, Starks. I love you. You're great. You're going to be something. Then you get to our next match on Rampage, which was Konosuke Takeshita going up against Ryan Nemeth. 7-minute match. 7 minutes. Ryan Nemeth is the baby brother of Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth. Dolph is 100 times better than Ryan. Ryan can be fun in a jobber type role or in a throwaway role, but I don't see anything in a great value in him. He's entertaining. He can be fun in the ring. And I understand why TK keeps him. So, Nemeth gets pinned. Konosuke Takeshita breakout star from Japan. I'm telling you what, I hope when his contract runs out in Japan, I hope Tiny snaps him up. Tony, not Tiny. Hope TK snaps him up. Man, offer that man a contract. He deserves it. He's amazing in the ring. He's fun to watch. Again, he's like a lot of your stars. He gets better with every time he's on TV. He's had a couple of matches on Dark, but a lot of TV time he's been on pay-per-views. Put that man to work and just work him. I understand he's probably going back to Japan for a couple of months, but when he comes back and you have a chance to sign that man, I think you're missing it if you don't sign him. He's a gem in the way. He's just a jewel he's a diamond in the rough. So that's all I'm going to say about that for right now. Takeshita wins. We have a match come out where it's the debut of TK's newest female member of the roster. This is the Madison Rayne debut. I was so looking forward to this. I've watched Rayne in the years past. I've followed her for a portion of her 14, 15 years she's been in the ring competing. She's a decent competitor, but what she brings to the women's division is something. Her management role, because she's not just an in-ring competitor, she's a backstage person, a manager. She manages the women's division predominantly, is what you can call it, I guess, managing it. She has a large role in training and helping the younger talent get better. And you can see it when she gets in their matches. She had a very fun match tonight. It wasn't long, it was like 8 minutes. But yeah, it was Madison Rayne in her debut against Layla Gray, the part-time baddie that replaced, what's her name? Red Velvet. I guess Velvet, I think she's out due to injury or something like that. Maybe she went and got married. I don't know. She's not around. She hasn't been for a couple of weeks. Well, she's out with injury. Yeah. So hopefully she comes back soon and they can have Layla Gray go do her thing. So, fun little match. And Madison Rayne got to show what she can do. She's really damn good in the ring. She's fun to watch. And, not real hard on the eyes. She's not one of them little teeny young girls, but she's fucking awesome in the ring. So let's rock with that. And women's division is looking more stacked and stacked as we go on. The undercard, they used to be undercard, they're now becoming mid-card and upper-card talent. If you look at Jade Cargill, and you go back 15, 16 months ago, she was on like her 5th or 6th win. That might be a little longer than that, but you know what I mean. She came and she's been mowing through people, and every week she gets, I would almost say, leaps and bounds better. I thought it could take her years to get good. No, she's good now. She's a giant presence. She is a superstar. Madison Rayne has that potential to be a superstar. She's going up against Jade. So, after her match, she got confronted by Jade Cargill. And Jade says she's got an open challenge and she'd like Madison to be her answer to the open challenge. Rayne's accepted. So, I can't wait for that. I believe that's coming on Wednesday, I think. So if that's the case, I'm excited about getting to watch that. So let's hope for the best. So, all right, just for any of you that didn't hear this, or just tuned in late or tuning in late, I'm just gonna say this one more time. Please leave a chat. We don't have super chats. I'm not able to collect super chats. I'm just taking free chats. I will read them out loud live, and you don't have to be a subscriber for any length of time. Like, subscribe. Don't be afraid to put the word out. There's another wrestling reviewer. I do more of this Q&A type of stuff, and I would like to get more people so I can start doing an actual good Q&A. You guys fire the questions. I will shoot my best answer. If I don't know it at this stream or whatever stream I'm on, I'll find out, and I will get back to you on my next stream. All right. So after the Jade Cargill moment, it was the main event. I love how they do this in AEW on Rampage. Only Mark Henry does a split screen like segment where he's at the bottom of the split screen and you got one tag team or one competitor over here and one on the other side. Love that. Think that's fun. All those of you that have not watched Rampage, watch them. Watch this segment and you see what I mean about it. It brings a feeling of legitimacy out. It makes it feel important. It gives it that big fight feeling. I'm 100% into the big fight feeling. And Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, that's a big fight right there. And they're going up against legitimate competitors. This is not Farce Team. This is Josh Woods. If for those of you that don't know him, look him up on his independence and on his history. He has a awesome history. He used to be the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, and that's who Wheeler Yuta dethroned for the belt. So check it out. And Woods is with Tony Nese, the premier athlete, Tony Nese. It's a very fun match. Very hard fought battle. Josh Woods and Keith Lee go through tables. It's a lot going on. I am not going to review step by step of the match. I'm just going to give you the results. Swerve pins Tony Nese about 16 minutes into the match. This was fucking awesome. At one point in this match, you had Josh Alexander holding on outside the ring. You got Keith Lee and Josh Alexander. Josh Woods, not Josh Alexander. Josh Woods holding on to Keith Lee, trying to get Keith Lee dropped off the edge of the ring apron through tables. My God, what a visual! You didn't see it. You really need to watch this match. It is awesome. Tony Nese ends up giving Lee a kick to the face, super kick, and which makes him and Woods go through the tables, the 2 or 3 tables that are set up with that effectively kills all of them. My God, that was an impact. Those tables didn't break. They imploded. They were just poof, gone. Not much left. Great spot. Great spot. 3 minutes later into the ring, Swerve Strickland. My God, I called him the wrong name. Swerve Strickland climbs up on the top rope after. Oh no, I can't skip this. Nese is trying to he set up threw a bunch of chairs into the ring, a tin garbage can lid handle up, all this shit piled up in the ring, and he was trying to get Strickland to be body slammed into that. Nese goes into a corner like he's going to do the running Nese. Strickland bends over, puts Nese up in the air, backflips him over onto all that pile of shit. Strickland climbs up on the top rope, does the swerve stomp, pins Nese 1, 2, 3. Babyface comeback. The cheers in the crowd were just, my God. The fans are so nuts for these guys. Swerve in Our Glory, Lee and Strickland. I can't talk about them enough. I at first didn't understand the team up. Now I love them. I think they're great. I think they have a long future in this company. I would like to see both of them going out and do singles matches still, but they're tag team champions, so you can't really knock them. I mean, look at who our champions are right now. You got World Tag Team Champions, now AEW only. World Tag Team Champions are Swerve in Our Glory, Lee and Strickland. Their World Heavyweight Champion is CM Punk, out with injury. The interim World Champion is Jon Moxley. He's he's a 2-time champion because of this. Your TBS champion, which is the women's mid-card title, is Jade Cargill. Your women's champion is Thunder Rosa. And your TNT champion, which is your men's mid-card. They don't like to call them mid-card, but honest to God, that's what they are. Your men's TNT champion is Wardlow. You look at that list of names, that is a pretty fucking amazing group of names. I mean, think about it. That's a really good group to get in with. I love it. They got a great series of champions. I'm done blowing smoke about AEW after just another minute. The shows are great. Give them a chance. Watch them. I don't think you'll regret it. Okay? Remember, like and share. Subscribe. I'd appreciate it. That is the end of the AEW portion of the review. Really, for real. That's 3 hours of AEW this week. We just did a review in something like, what, hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15. Okay. You have comments? Please comment. I'm willing to answer. Still waiting for my first comment of the night. So I'm not going to be up all night, folks. I got to get up early and go to work. So I'm going to do another hour on the review, maybe, or at least 45 minutes. How's that? We'll cut this off around 9 o'clock. So I'm going to do a real quick rundown of SmackDown. And then hopefully I'll get a few people willing to chat a little bit. If not, my Raw review is going to be really short. I did not have any notes. I'm going to do what I can remember out of memory, and that's it. And I'm sorry, but there ain't much. It was a great show. Monday Night Raw was great. Friday Night SmackDown is great. You're going to start watch them. I watch them. I just came back. It took getting rid of Vince McMahon to get me back on WWE's, watching list again. Otherwise, they were pretty much a banned product from my life. I didn't care. I have not watched any of their premium live events. Man, I wanted to call them pay-per-views, even if they're not. I haven't watched one of their PLMs or PLEs, I don't think, in over 2 years. I mean, I watched a little of I watched WrestleMania. So I'm going to give it that one. I did watch WrestleMania on the Peacock. I sure as hell wouldn't give $50 for their shows. Ain't no way. But I need to take a drink here real quick, and bear with me. I Bang Energy, not a sponsor, but there it is. Bang Energy, a healthy alternative to energy drinks. Love it. A lot better for me than a lot of beer and a lot of sugary products. There is no sugar and stuff. Anyways, I'm not here to promote Bang Energy. I think you'd like it if you give it a shot. All right. SmackDown 2 nights ago was fun. I mean, it went along. It was paced. Again, I said this earlier in the podcast. It was paced real nicely. I loved watching it. It went fast. It's the fastest 2 hours in WWE, I'm going to say, in probably 15 years. Maybe longer. And SmackDown normally is not the A show. 2 years ago, SmackDown was running as the A show because they had all the big names. Now Raw's got all the big names. Minus, if your name's not Roman Reigns or the Usos. Roman and Usos made their appearance this week. I'll give them that much. I've got a little bit of a rant to go on. Roman Reigns has been a champion, the Universal Champion, for 700 and some days. And I think the last 90 days, 80, 70 days, it just isn't as fun anymore. I don't care as much about it because he's making the title feel irrelevant. He's got both titles, the SmackDown and Raw. He's got the Universal and the World Championship. And he has legitimately wrestled twice in, 3 months? He was on one PPV, one premium live event. And not knocking his SummerSlam match with Brock. I think that was the best match. If that's not, it's either in the top 2 of their matches ever. I enjoyed that match. It was fun. But I don't ever want to see it again. I don't want to see Roman versus Brock 9,000. It don't matter. It's at a point where it doesn't matter. Roman's title reign is starting to feel boring. Just in my eyes, this is my take on it. I'm also hearing other people say the same thing in the community. And I do watch a lot of other podcasts, and I do pay attention to what the members say and the IWC. People are not as high on Roman Reigns as they were 18 months ago. I mean, man, that was great to see Roman doing something. We wished him to have a long title reign. He's done that now. And he is not defending the title every month, at least 2 times a month. He should be on TV. He should be defending his title at least every other premium live event. The big four of the year and 2 more. So 6 times a year, Roman Reigns should be defending one or both of the titles. So you can take your flip-flop turns. Let's let him get rid of him. He should not be undisputed after this. And as Reigns is going part-time, let him lose these titles over the next 6 months. We got Clash at the Castle coming up in September. My prediction on this is Roman Reigns drops the title to Drew McIntyre. And I think that's at the point where we get, oh my God, what's his name? What the Money in the Bank briefcase? That's where I think the Money in the Bank. So Drew beats Roman for the world universal title. And my God, I can't. Austin Theory. Then you give him his first name back. Theory cashes in Money in the Bank with Drew really beat down, barely able to stand. Cracks him with the case a couple times, then cashes in and wants to do the 1, 2, 3 and steal the title from him, taking it back to SmackDown. Okay, I can see that happening. I don't like it, but it's one way to get at least one of the titles off of Roman. At that point, you put Roman, because the draft's going to come up in October. You know this. I really wish they put it back in the spring. They should do that after WrestleMania, but no, they're doing it in like late September or October again. Let them draft Roman to Raw so there's a title on Raw. And then you've got one on SmackDown. No, when Theory cashes in, beats McIntyre in the UK, and they come back to the States, come around a week later. So a week from that Monday, he comes in and Drew wants to have his rematch against Theory because that was just fucked up how he took that belt. Drew will beat Theory. Theory at least got to win and cash in his briefcase legitimately. Drew wins it back in short order and becomes the next dominant champion on SmackDown. Then you've got, by that time, we're into October. You got Roman can take off for a month or so. He comes back maybe for the Saudi Arabia show. That's in September this year, or is that October? So that after the Saudi Arabia show, he can disappear for a little while. He's still holding one title. He's still holding that Raw title and the World Heavyweight Championship. That's the Raw Championship. Come around December, I would think maybe around the Royal Rumble time. We get Cody coming back, healed up from his pec tear, which that looked like that fucking sucked. We get Cody back, and then we get to have Roman. Cody's going to win the Rumble in that case, and then he'll stake his claim for Roman at Mania. So Roman will hold that belt all the way to Mania, where Cody defeats him. I'm good for that. I'm a humongous Cody Rhodes mark. I loved him when he was in AEW. He did everything he could there. He banned himself. We're not going to get into that tonight. He did what he could there. And when he left there and he came to WWE, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit pissed. But Raw needed people, and you know what? Cody was a good hand to get in there and take that spot. So, more power to you, Code. Let's keep it going. Let's get yourself back healthy and get back in the ring so you can make these shows better. Okay? Raw needs you. Not as much now, but I don't know how you're going to be treated with Triple H. I hope y'all get along, because if you don't, your push might just be over. But I think Triple H is good with you. I think he knows what kind of value you bring. Even though you did bash on him when you joined and crashed the throne in AEW, I don't care. But we're not going to go through all that. That'd be a 4-hour conversation. So we're going to skip that, but get yourself back, get healthy. Our wrestling talent nowadays has suffered greatly. We got a lot of wrestlers out. I wish nothing but the best power of prayer and positivity to all the injured wrestlers out there healing up. I mean, there's a lot of them. AEW has been plagued with it. You wouldn't know it by looking at their shows. They always have a full card. Just a month ago, if just say Roman got injured and one of the Usos, what do you have left? You got Roman with both belts, and you got the Usos with both belts. What do you have left if you take one of the Usos out, Jimmy or Jay, and Roman gets hurt? What are you going to do? Strip him of the titles? Strip him all of the titles so the bloodline goes without? You have no credible challengers built up to take over the next reign. You have nobody to do it. Triple H is working on that, so short tirade, but AEW has got this bloated roster according to some. Personal opinion, I heard TK say this in a media scrum. My bloated roster, I think that's a nice thing to have in times like this, isn't it? Because all the people I've got out injured, and I can still want to put on a grade A show. That says something about his policies and his ability and willingness to spend his money. We got a lot of backyard bookers out here that think they know how to book better than TK. In fact, there's a lot of them out there that think they can book better than Triple H too. Let's use a little bit of caution on that, because you know what? Them men are doing the best work of their lives. TK is starting to get ready. In September, he starts his 4th year. So let's give him a lot of credit. And we all know what Triple H did with the NXT Black and Gold. You've already seen a lot of his Triple H people, the guys and women, getting pushed. Rhea Ripley, and she's out with injury. Shayna Baszler finally getting a push. Tommaso Ciampa, give him his first name back. The guys that came up from NXT that are still there are the people that he's bringing back that got released. God bless you, H. Get them back. Make that roster better. And book these people like, they deserve to be booked. Push them to the moon. I can't do a lot of a review. I'm just going to get back in my review. I got like 20 minutes. I got to get going. So I'm sorry. I went on a little bit of a rattle session, but apologize. And it is what it is. I will get back on the show now. Okay. So SmackDown, you had about 9 minutes. Oh, excuse me. No, 7 minutes of SummerSlam recap to start the show. Fun, right? I haven't said this since last week, but I'm going to do it this week. A lot of this show felt like a Vince McMahon booking. Trippy, you got to do better than this. That's a lot of recaps. Got the recaps, little recap here, and then don't run it 4 more times throughout the night. That's horse shit. They did have the first hour commercial free this week. That's the first time I've seen SmackDown do that in over a year. I expect they're going to pop a huge rating. I'm expecting a 2.4 or a 2.5 on this one at least. So great for them. They can pop the rating, especially that first hour commercial free. That looks good for SmackDown, and H got that worked out with Fox. That they actually let network TV get an hour commercial free, so they ate a loss on that one. But yeah, that's good. Roman's arrived, greets the Usos for the first 7 minutes. Like I said, commercial. It was just, recap. SummerSlam. And they did a 3-minute replay. And I mean, they must have replayed McAfee kicking fucking Corbin in the balls 10, 12, 20 times. I didn't count. A lot of times. That got kind of monotonous. Again, felt very much Vincey. Let's stop that shit, Triple H. You can do better. Cole. Michael Cole. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. The man looks happy. He's got a lot more freedom to speak. He can smile. Tonight on commentary, McAfee and Cole both said wrestler and wrestling. I love that. It's nice to hear him talk about wrestling on a wrestling show. I mean, if you look at WWE's name, what is it? World Wrestling Entertainment. Let's get the wrestling back in the show. The Vince McMahonisms can go. They don't need to be there. So nice to see that. And hats off to Michael Cole and to sorry, hang on one second. Hats off to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. That was great. It's great to see you guys doing what you can do. I love it. Keep it up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. So, would you guys? I mean, I like Cole, what he's doing. There are better out there, but you know what? He is long tenured and he's been waiting for many years for Vince to step away so he can have that moment to shine. He's getting it. He's getting it, folks. He's actually getting that time to shine and just he's flowing naturally now, a lot less scripted. He's not getting screamed at anymore, and you can see how relaxed he is and how happy he is to be there on commentary. So hats off to you guys. You did fantastic. That same thing goes for the Raw commentary team. Again, hats off to you guys. You just knocked it out of the park this week. But we end up with a Baron Corbin and Ricochet match. A little longer than I thought it was going to be. I was figuring a 3-4 minute fucking bullshit squash match. Kind of they pulled the surprise out and very fun match to watch. It was like 10, 11 minutes. And they gave him a little bit of time. Ricochet got to shine. Corbin got to look like Baron Corbin or bum ass Corbin, if you will. Hell, there was even a bum ass Corbin chant going through the venue. Love it. Love it. But winner of the match was Ricochet. Like I said, 11, 12 minutes. Very fun. Give him a few more minutes, Trippy. Let him have that 15 minutes. You gave him like almost 12, though. So really, beggars can't be choosers. Small changes are better than nothing. Afterwards, we go to Sami Zayn and Uso. Sami Zayn knocking on Roman's dressing room door. And they cut away, and then they come back to it a few minutes later, and Sammy's still knocking on the door. The Usos come out. They talk to Sammy, and Sammy's like, yeah. And he goes, if I can be, I just want to talk to Roman. They're like, now's not a good time. And they kind of ship him off to do a mission. He's like, okay, I can do that. So we go on to Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther coming out. And change him back to Walter, please. This match is going to be Ludwig Kaiser versus Shinsuke Nakamura. You already know that's going to be a kick-ass match. They gave these guys maybe 8-10 minutes. It was fun. They put on a good match. Nakamura pulled off the win with a Kinshasa and a 1-2-3. And you just know Ludwig's going to get his ass kicked by Gunther. He's going to take the chest slaps for losing. You know what? You've seen it happen before. So, yeah. Yeah, it was fun. Kayla Braxton interviews Liv Morgan. Liv comes out to a lot of cheers as she comes in. Babyface Liv, people love her. She gets asked a question about the controversial win at SummerSlam and her tapping out before the 3 count. The ref didn't see it. Liv kept the title by a 1-2-3, which counts as a victory for Liv, even though Liv tapped out. Now, I can't say I like that idea, and I don't like what they had Liv say. I don't think she was doing this on her own. God damn it, stop making her sound like Vince is booking her, please. Don't give her a script like that. Make her make sense. Liv Morgan should not be coming out there and bragging up that she took all these arm bars and only tapped out after she thought the 3 count had been done. That's bullshit. We know better. We've seen better. Fuck that. Not right, not real. Don't buy it. Don't believe in it. I don't want to see it. Book Liv Morgan properly, please. Yes, it was Ronda Rousey. Ronda got suspended. It's storyline for attacking a ref. That's what it was. Not breaking the hold and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Book Liv properly or don't fucking do it at all. Cancel her push. Give it to Ronda at Clash at the Castle. That's what we think we're going to get done anyways. It's either going to go to Ronda or somebody's going to be, and it's going to be Ronda. I'd almost bet Ronda Rousey is going to be your next SmackDown Women's Champion. I'd rather see that than Charlotte Flair. So, to which we haven't seen her yet. Since her and Andrade got married, she hasn't been back on the TV, and we can keep it that way. So, I'm not rushed to see Charlotte. She's okay in the ring, and she's not the worst. But there's more deserving talent, and she could be off TV for a while longer. Let her enjoy her new married life with Andrade. I think they deserve it too. He's working, and she's getting paid, so who cares? I don't want to see her on TV yet. But Liv Morgan needs to be booked properly and needs to cut a better promo. Cut her loose of bullet points to see if she can do it. If she let her sink or swim. If she buries herself, let her do it. I love Liv Morgan. I think she's got a bright future. But if she wants to bury herself, let her do it. The old school mentality, sink or swim. Get out there and do it. I'm done with that now. Let's go to something else. This is where I run into my difficulties because I'm running out of where I took notes. I have one more page left, so it's predominantly SmackDown. We're in a women's gauntlet match. I really hate this match. I hate gauntlet matches. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's a bullshit fucking way to start off a show. First 2 competitors in the gauntlet match, it's Aaliyah. Who the fuck cares about Aaliyah? Why is I missed something here? Wait a second. No, that ain't right. Yeah. Sonya Deville comes out, confronts Liv, calls out her bullshit. Aaliyah comes out for the start of the gauntlet match. So yeah, Aaliyah, who has no right to be. Why is she fucking even in this? She don't belong there. She should be in developmental. Yeah, she sucks. My opinion. Just my opinion. You can form your own. Aaliyah and Sonya Deville. And, like I said, what's Aaliyah doing there? They wrestled for 6 fucking minutes. Sonya killed her. 3 minutes. Kicked her out of the ring. She's done. Yeah. Deville beats Aaliyah. Next one comes Raquel Rodriguez. Smiley Raquel. Fucking beaming with smiles. Takes a fucking killer move and stands up smiling. Stupid. She don't have to smile all the time. Let her live a normal life. Vince ain't there anymore. You don't have to smile all the time. Knock it off, Raquel. Raquel beats Sonya Deville. Next matchup, or next competitor in, Shotzi Blackheart. I love Shotzi. But 2 minutes, count it out. Raquel wins. Next competitor out, legitimately a fighter. Love it. I seen Shayna Baszler come out and look like a beast. I love it. This is great. This is the person that should be getting built up. Trippy, build her up. Knock it out of the park. Don't give up on her. Shayna's great. Vince has killed her for the last 4 years. Let's bring her back to life. Let's make her real again. Make her something important. Please, build her up. Shayna Baszler beats Raquel Rodriguez, whatever it is. Shayna Baszler wins the gauntlet. Therefore, she gets a match after the whoever wins at Clash of the Castle, Shayna Baszler is next in line. I would love one time to see Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey. You know, they're both cage fighters. Be a great match. Just saying. Again, that's in my opinion. Next comes out the Viking Raiders, and they do a very short, very short 1 minute, 1.5 minute squash match against Jim Mulkey and Tommy Gibson, I think his name was. Never heard either one of them guys. Don't know anything about them. Must be some local enhancement talent or indie talent. 1 minute squash win. Then the New Day come out. Actually, it was Kofi Kingston of the New Day. Come out, and he starts a little fight going on, and kind of kicks around on Eric. And we come back from commercial, and bang, zoom, here we are. God damn it, if I tell you, Teddy Long's still around, I swear to God. Here you have Eric versus Kofi. Fun match. Eric looks like a fucking retard. Get the mascara off their cheeks and let them go back to the War Raiders. If you're going to have them as the Viking Raiders, get rid of the garbage can lids for shields and come back with something a little bit better. And take the fucking paint off their face. It looks retarded. But that's all I'm going to say about it. Kofi defeats Eric. It's like 6 minutes. You know how Kofi did it? What do you think Kofi Kingston beat him with? Did he do the 1, 2, 3? Did he use one of his finishers? Nope. He did a fucking roll up. Come on, WWE, Triple H. You and your creative team can come up with a better way for Kofi to win than a goddamn roll up. Stupid. Sorry, I'm getting pissed. You guys need to do better. No more roll ups. Just end them. Quit them. Right now. You can do a roll up once in a while, but now you guys have done so many of them, it becomes meaningless, pointless. It's an every week occurrence on both shows. Get rid of it. I hate it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And that was your main event for SmackDown. So there you go. I do not have shit for notes on Raw. I have a few written down for the very start of it. I did not have time to actually go back over the show again. So I'm going to very little talk about Raw. I'm going to give you maybe 10 minutes of my time, and I'm done as far as talk. There has been no chat, no views. So I guess I could have recorded this and uploaded, but I went live. So in the future, please like and, help me grow. Let's build this up. I will be me. I am Paul D. That is my name. Legitimate name. I'm not hiding anything. I live in Minnesota, and I want to do this podcast for years to come. Please ask questions. I would love to answer your questions. I know I did this late, and I know I did it at a bad time, and I did it on the wrong day. But I'll get a stream up next Saturday, and I will do everything I can to make Saturday 3 p.m. Possibly earlier, but I'm going to say 3 o'clock. And we'll rock it out. But Roman Reigns started out Raw this week. Oh, after a recap. Sorry, I got hold up. You had a recap of SummerSlam, a partial recap. Okay, Roman and Brock showed that shit, and then you've got Roman doing a 8-minute walk with the Usos at a fucking snail's pace. His walk gets slower. It's gotten slow. 8 minutes to walk down to the ring, and then it goes to a promo. A replay of SummerSlam. Wow. Lame. Change it. It's got to get better. I still liked Raw. Just that started to take me out of it. I almost turned it off and said, fuck this. But I held it up. I kept my deal. I watched it. So, yeah. But Roman comes down. He cuts this promo. And before I talk about his promo, I gotta get my rant out of the way. I started on this a little while ago. I'm gonna finish it right now. When Roman comes out with his long, slow walk, it's boring. And then you always go to a recap package from last week or the pay-per-view premium live event. Get the fucking belts off of Roman. Get one of them off so that they got a title on both shows. Raw has been held hostage without a goddamn belt forever. It's been, 3 months now? They don't have a title. No champion on their fucking show. No main champion. Hell, they don't have a tag team belt either because that's on SmackDown with the Usos. What have they got? They got a mid-card title and the women's belt. Get that fucking belt off of Roman. Or make McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. He needs to beat Roman. He needs to get that belt. If he gets the Raw title, fine. Bring it back to SmackDown to the Raw. My vote, I want him to get the Universal Championship and take it to SmackDown. And then 3 weeks later, you got the draft coming up. Roman can get drafted over to Raw. The Usos can get drafted over to Raw. They ain't going to get drafted because the Usos can go to either one. They're unified tag team champions. That needs to stay that way. Just saying. It needs to stay that way. We don't need 2 sets of tag team belts. Yeah. It looks like they're bringing back the women's tag team titles. God forsake, do not do that yet. Get some credible women together. Get Sasha and Naomi back in there. That's one real tag team right there that I can get behind. But otherwise, you have no fucking tag teams. Why bring back the women's titles? For Sasha and Naomi? For that dead division? Build it up and then bring the titles back later. Give it a couple of years. Build it up. Build the division. And as far as Roman, get them belts off of him and let the Usos travel back and forth. Let them be on twice a week and then gone for a couple of weeks. Let it be that way. It's bullshit. We don't need that. But after Roman does his thing, hey, you got Drew comes out, and 2 minutes later, man, oh man, a re-debut happened that made me just love it. Music plays. I know the music, and you see in the background Scarlett Bordeaux and Karrion Kross comes back into the ring. Formerly Killer Kross, now Karrion Kross, comes in and does a Grand Mal beatdown on Drew McIntyre, leaving Drew tumbled on the ground. Next thing you see, God, I missed her. Him and Scarlett, they are so good. Scarlett goes on to, comes up by the ring, takes the hourglass, sits it down in front of Roman, looks at him, and flips the hourglass. Your time is running out. If you're not going to get the belt off of Roman on Drew, then God damn it, put it on Kross. That act, Karrion Kross with Scarlett, is the hottest thing that was ever in NXT. When they got called up to the main roster before they got released, when they got called up, Kross got put into a fucking gimp mask and made a visit to the local S&M store and bondage shit and made him look like a fucking clown. He's a great competitor. He's a great fighter. Bring him back to what he was to that short time he was in NXT. Him and Scarlett together are gold. Push them to the moon. If you don't want to put the belt on Drew, put it on Kross. My opinion, get both of those belts off of Roman. And then the Usos can lose their tag team belts down the road a short piece too. I think Roman should be the first one to lose at least one of his belts. Then the Usos can lose. And then, if worst comes to worst, Cross or Cody. Maybe you do a match after the Royal Rumble. When Cody comes back and wins that, maybe you do a match, set up a match between Cody and Cross. The winner of that goes against Roman for the fucking final title, the world title. The one that eluded Cody's dad, that he wants to win so his career can be complete. Because honestly, I don't think Cody's going to ever go back to AEW. He was a WWE at heart. So that's just the way life is. But I'm done with my rants. I'm done with my bullshit. I am going to say Raw was a decent show, even though there was some boring shit, but it's better. And I think it will get better for the next 6-8 weeks, maybe the next year or two even. But I need to see improvements every week. If we see improvements and we see noteworthy stuff, I'll take it down. So, whatever you guys think. Raw was a good show. It was 3 hours. That's disappointing. She cut it back. That'll never happen. But Raw was a good show. SmackDown was fucking good. Dynamite, Rampage. We had a good wrestling week. I can't ask for anything more. I asked for good wrestling, and it might have taken a million years. We're getting it. And you know what? When WWE does good and they get better, that's going to push TK to get better. So Raw gets better, Dynamite gets better, SmackDown gets better, Rampage gets better. WWE does better, AEW does better. They both need to do better. Raw pulled in a 2.23. 2.023, excuse me. I expect SmackDown probably killed it with a 2.4 or 2.5. They've been running in the mid to low twos anyway, so I wouldn't spread that they damn near reached 2.4. So let's see how it goes. But let's have both companies get better, and let's actually enjoy wrestling. Pro wrestling is back. Pro wrestling is alive and doing oh so well. I don't want to see it fail. I don't. All I want to do is talk pro wrestling and watch good wrestling on TV. We can have some stupid shit. We don't need that goddamn 24/7 title. Burn that fucking thing. It's worn out. It's welcome. You know, first 6 months it was funny. Should have disappeared after that. It's been, 3 years now we've been putting up with stupid hijinks. Hey, but look, 2 weeks, we haven't seen it. So maybe Triple H has got the idea. We're going to get rid of it. So, there you go. You want to do hijinks with it, send it down to NXT and let the lower card there go play with it. But get it off our TVs. It ain't doing anything for it. And the women's tag belts, God, please don't bring them back. Not yet. It's not time for that. And AEW, they don't need a women's tag belt right now either. They've got their main women's champion, Thunder Rosa. I don't know how long she's going to hold it. Hopefully she holds it through Double or Nothing. Maybe loses it to Arthur Ashe. But whatever the case, we got damn good women's champions right now. I'm high on Liv Morgan as a in-ring competitor and as a future star. Do I like her promo? No, it was stupid. But I'm going to do last call on chats. So, got a few minutes left. Let's give it 5 minutes more for chats, not super chats. We don't do them yet. But if you enjoy my content, if you enjoy what I do and what I talk about, and you want to help me grow, I would appreciate it. Give me a like. Please subscribe to the channel. I would so appreciate it. The likes, they help the algorithm on. Maybe I can get pushed a little bit. YouTube ain't pushing me. So let's give me a few likes. My goal for the week on this one, give me 50 likes. I'd like to see at least 25, but I want 50. So let's give me a few likes out there, folks. Subscribe. If you would share the video, that's fine. I may not be your cup of tea, or maybe I am. Let me know what you want to talk about. I will do this earlier from now on, so you can do live chat with me. But I just did not want to record and wait hours for it to upload, so I did a live stream at 7:15 at night. We are now reaching 9:15, and after it's time for me to call it a night. So I had fun doing this, folks. I really did. I had a really good time. We got an hour and 49 minutes almost, or hour 40 minutes. And I have 0 people watching me right now, but like I said, like and share. Please subscribe. This is Paul D for the Love of Pro Wrestling. God bless you. Have a nice night. Be safe. And I'll see you next weekend. Again, have fun. Enjoy your weekends. Crush the work week. And I'll see you on Saturday. God bless you.